Alright, so we're going to do a scrap run, but first we got to unload the junk we got last night. But then I'm going to take in this and then this mess. Try and tackle it. I got to take that faucet off real quick still. That's the super heavy cast iron sink that I could barely move. So, and like I said, it's pretty much this pile. A little bit of this, because this is a mix of pots and pans. I got to sort through this real quick, but like there's this other cast iron sink, that cast iron sink. And like maybe some of those bathtub pieces. Just send them. I don't care. James was kind of keeping them to the side, same with that rim. You know, it could, for heavy melt, but just send it. I don't care. I'm never gonna have. That's another pile I don't need sitting around here. Besides, I'm not entirely sure they would take them because of the enamel on them. That they'd even give me heavy melt. So I might as well just get rid of it now. Oh, I gotta check these bottoms. If they're brass, I'm taking them off. If they're stainless, they can stay. I'm not worried about it then. In that case, yeah, medicine cabinets, that microwave, that top piece. Most of this is just stuff that was left over from last time that wouldn't fit, pretty much. Other than that one microwave, that's new from last night. So, no, take my trash can back. So back here, gotta get a few more pavers still. Some stuff. Some of these couple bulkier pieces that I got out of the roll-off. And then there's this, too. I was hoping to try and get this back plane board out of here, but this thing is smashed to shit. They did it when they demoed it out, so. And it was bad enough I already punched myself in the face trying to pull one of the boards out of here. And like I said, it's all like rivets and stuff. I'm just going to send it. I'm not going to bother trying to get it out of there. It's going to be a pain in the ass. That's going to be more work than it's worth, probably. So in here, in terms of shred, I only just got a little bit of stuff in this bucket. I'll just dump one of these microwaves. That tool chest can go if I ever get around to it. I got to strip that floor machine if I ever get around to that. But the next step would be non-ferrous. See, this is what I was pulling out, that I smacked myself in the face. Like, literally punched myself in the nose. My nose still hurts a little bit, but it's better now. Because that really hurt I hit myself in the face hard. I mean, there's just a little bit of stuff, too. But then, hoping to do another load of non-ferrous. So I got a bunch of number 1 wire. I got Christmas lights. I got brass. I got stainless. I got a lot of motors. I got these 3 bins, plus this bin, plus I'm sure there's other ones lying around. Batteries. I don't know if you've seen out front on top of the microwave. There was like 2 or 3 batteries over there. There's those batteries. I found another one last night. So those can all go as well. Wires, I just got to take all my vacuum cords, throw them in there, and that's ready to go. I got these 2 sinks. Like I said, I got a lot of stainless right now. I got that tray. There's a couple other things in there. There's that piece back there from that vacuum thingy. So, I got a lot of other junk that I can take with. Another load. This aluminum, too, I'd like to do, but that's probably not going to happen because this thing is full and absolutely heavy still. And there's all this aluminum, plus all the stuff I found again last night. So, maybe tomorrow. Those chairs, I'll strip the fabric off of them. And I can send those as aluminum as well. There's those frames that I might, I don't know, I gotta figure out if I can take them apart or not. If not, I might just cut them in the corners and be done with it. So yeah, first we're going to start with the shred because that's the most defensive thing. And then there's this stuff. They'll probably give me motors for these or dirty aluminum. That is a piece of dirty aluminum, so all that can go. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, the biggest offense is all this crap on the back patio, because as you can see right now, we can't even get around. I think this stuff fell. I'm pretty sure it was up, but it fell. So yeah, starting off, getting the offensive stuff off the patio. You know, I don't know if this is going to be a full load. It might be. It doesn't seem like it would be, but I'm sure it'll end up being a full load. Mixed in a little bit of stuff I got in here, which isn't much. Which was why I said I don't think it'll be a full load. But I'm going to make it a full load of shred. Get it out of here. I got to stop at the post office. Like I said, there's the other battery. That was my snips. Right there. They're under the post office box. So, alright, let's get to work. Alright, so all loaded up. Mostly. I'm going to keep that for right now. But other than that, there's 2 bulky pieces and these stupid steel studs that I should have probably just threw to the curb. Or in reality, when I was taking them out of the dumpster, just cut the wire off and then throw them back is really what I should have done. So that might be what ends up happening with those. And it might be what happens with that crap too, because that's bulky crap that's always just in the way. But otherwise, we got all the shred out of here. Just not that. I think keeping that, a little bit of wire, deal with later. This is all aluminum, deal with that later. That must be stainless because that no sticky. So that's nice. So I got James loading the sink in here right on the edge, so I'll be able to take it out. It's still going to be a pain in the ass, but I can do it. I can manage to take it out of the truck and not drop it on my toes. So got the big microwave, the small microwave, filled them up with some smalls, and then all just the rest of the other smalls and stuff as well. I just gathered in here. And I'm thinking about maybe seeing if those batteries will fit up here on the floorboard, and then I can just do those as well while I'm there. So that's one less thing to have to, one less category to have to do later. Come here. Oh, come on. So that's one less category to deal with later. I think they'd all fit up there, plus the ones that are in the back. Just that little tray, you can put those on top of those. Like I said, just so it's one less thing to have to take later. Because as of late, it's been pretty busy. So, I mean, if I can get rid of them now, I'll do that, and just it also make this sweeten this load up a little bit. Although this is pretty, it should be decent on weight. You figure that cast iron sink, there's that smaller bathroom cast iron sink. These weigh decent, and then the microwaves. Because other than that, there's not really a ton of weight in here other than like this stuff. Which actually could probably go as dirty aluminum, but I could add it to that pile of questionable stuff, but just send it, be done with it. One less decision that has to be made. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to get those batteries in here. We'll stop at the post office and then we'll hit the scrapyard. Alright, all loaded up. So we got a little bit of motors. Not a lot, because they're not going to fit otherwise. Brass, so we made sure to at least get the real money in here. Stainless, kind of here. The number 1 wire is up there. Christmas lights here, the 3 bins of the junk wire, including this bag of stinky junk wire as well. That, of course, kind of just doesn't fit in that trash can, otherwise I would have shoved it in there. So yeah, this is just what I could fit in motors. I finally got rid of that KitchenAid, and then this that's been sitting out back. Throw those in here. I mean, I could probably throw some more motors on top, but I'm not worried about it. There's so many other motors still. But I'm pissed, so when I went to go put the sump pump in, hit my bumper. Of course, it happened right here, just outside the protector. So no, I put a real good damage, real good dent in it. See right here, more damage, scuffed, and all sorts of scratches in that, scratching the hell out of the plastic on the side. The roof I noticed was all dirty as hell when I was trying to put that bag on top of that can, but it's like right on the roof. So that made it just dirty as hell. And what time is it? I know it was like, okay, 2:30, so I close at 4:30, so I got time. So I'll have time to get rid of this. Whoops, trip over the dolly. Get rid of this junk for today. And then that'll be good for today. And then tomorrow I work tomorrow night, so I have time to go to the scrapyard tomorrow. And I think that's when I'll do all this aluminum. And then maybe some of that other, some of the other non-ferrous too. We'll see. Depends on how much the truck is full of aluminum. If I'll do like the rest of the motors, because that's pretty much all that's left is the rest of the motors. So let's go get this cashed in. This is gonna be, what is this gonna be? $200. We'll say $200. That's probably a little high, although this I want to say is like 40 pounds and it's $220 a pound, so that's $80 right there. Then all this wire, that's probably 200 pounds at least, I'd say. So that's probably another like almost $50. That number one, that's $2 a pound. It's not a lot in there, but that's still probably another 20, $30. And all the stainless and motors, call that another 30, $40. All right, except for now that's the one downside to this thing is when you got a load in it, it's hard to find somewhere to shove it so it'll be out of the way. Ugh. All right, pretty sure that's closed. All right, let's go to the scrapyard again. And go get rid of this. All right. So, if this thing would ever stay. All right, we'll go over the 2 receipts from today's run. So, starting off, shred 520 pounds, 160 a gross ton, 37.14. Lead batteries, all those batteries, that was 115 pounds, 15 cents a pound, 17.25. So, $54 on that trip. And then the second one, the money load. So copper number 2 insulated, 30 to 39%, 119 pounds, 55 cents a pound, 65.45. Christmas lights, 15 pounds, 17 cents a pound, 255. Then there was the 30% again, 20 pounds, 55 cents, $11. That was that bag of stinky wire. The guy at first wasn't. I think it was a bit of a newer guy. So he wasn't entirely sure. He thought originally it was going to be like number one, but like a crappier number one, I should say. It's more like, he just thought it was better wire, but then a closer look at it, no, it was just number two. I guess I could have just told him that myself, because I knew that was not a good wire. That was crap wire. All right, number one insulated, 17 pounds, $2 a pound, $34. That was mostly from the BX that I just got from the dumpster one Sunday, and a bit of wire from before. Number one from before from that dumpster. Stainless steel, 54 pounds, 30 cents a pound, 16.20. Brass, 39 pounds, 220 a pound, 85.80. Motors, 137 pounds, 19 cents a pound, 26.03 for a grand total of 241. And then on the motors, that was just a small sample of motors. That's not even. I got at least another 150 pounds probably in those milk crates of more motors, but like I said, that'll be a tomorrow problem. Same with that aluminum. So actually on the day, yeah, the 241 and the 54, $300 a day, or pretty close to it. Just shy of a $300 day. Helps if I can do math. Just shy. So not bad. I'll take it. And plus, there's, like I said, all that aluminum in the motors again. So for tomorrow, so that's probably another $100 worth, if I had to guess, worth of stuff tomorrow. So, all right, see you guys tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna go do a scrap run, mostly with the stuff I have from yesterday from the boss and what I found on the curbs. So most of this is staying. There's not much that's coming out. Just this little bit of aluminum and the wire and stuff that I found, pretty much. And I guess the miter saw up there. But pretty much otherwise, it's going. Yeah, because there's pretty much otherwise it's all shred. Other than the bath chair that's up there, and that's not going. And actually, I gotta double check and see if this is aluminum or not. I don't think it is. I see a little rust spot, so I don't think it is. I can't get to my damn magnet. Yeah. Okay, it's not. Because I have found LED ones that are aluminum. If they're nice enough, they will be aluminum. But this one's not, so send it. And then I'm going to see what I can fit in out of this bin of stuff from last week. See what I can fit in there. But there's still gonna be a few stragglers like this cage, which I mean that could be folded up, but and that other stupid thing over there, piece that haven't gotten in the last 3 weeks or the last like 3 trips. I might just throw it to the curb. Be done with it. Same with that file cabinet. Just throw it to the curb. Done with it. It's bulky. I'm sick of looking at it. So there's that other microwave in there. That might just get sent to the back, and I'll fill it up first before I send it. I might do the same with that microwave. It depends on what room I got. I may just send those to the back and fill them up first. I don't really got room for them in this load. So I'm gonna get the wire and stuff out of here. It's pretty much contained right there. Get it out of here. And we'll go take this load in. And plus the batteries up front that I found last night, we're going to take those too. Assuming you've seen that video by now. Batteries. I'm going to get some of this other junk out of here first. But I gotta get some of that other junk out of there too. But for now, gotta get this truck emptied. Because I gotta go to work in an hour and a half, so I gotta get this so I gotta stop standing around and get this swap unloaded and loaded up so I can go get that done. Alright, all loaded up. Mostly unloaded. There's still a few things, like there's this microphone wire piece right there, and then there's some bottles and stuff that are kind of buried in up here. I pulled the fan motor off the base so that can just go. And then, like I said, the rest of this is just shred. So I did get that can unloaded, but not the other microwaves or those new additions right there, those white things. This vacuum. Like I said, that bulky thing over there, that other bulky fryer base thing that I picked up, that's behind the other trash can. It's just not going to fit, so just going to send it. And like I said, I'll take those batteries too, as well, that I got up in the front seat, as long as non-ferrous isn't too busy, because it's already like 10:40 by the time so actually I really need to get going. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna run in the house real quick, make sure I got everything I need to go to work, because I'm probably just gonna have to go right there after the yard. Not really gonna have time, so I don't really got time to dick around here, so I'll just show you the receipt when I'm done. It sounds like it was closed. Please tell me it was. Yeah, transmission. You need to go into the shop. I think I did do some Googling, and there's a few like DIY solutions that I might try and get it to fix itself. Oh, sure, put those back in the truck. Oops. I'm probably going to need those. I probably forgot something. So I got that out. We'll play around with it. But it's probably just, I don't know, it might just be scrap. I can see it's got duct tape. Obviously, the handle part's broken. So that might just be a hunk of dirty aluminum or motors, whatever they call it. Alright. Alright, so scrap all loaded up. I didn't bother showing you like before and after. Yeah, before and after. Just get right to it. I got lots to do today. So, first start with the scrap run. So I got it all loaded up, all the shred. Mix of stuff from last night. A little bit from last night, and then the rest is pretty much just junk that's been laying around the yard. You know, microwaves from previous weeks. That useless piece of junk. Oh, actually, that reminds me, there's one more piece of junk I want to get out of here before I have to look at it another day. You're coming with me. I'm thinking about chopping those ACRs up and kind of just shoving them on top. Take that in with me, because I got batteries that I'm going to take in as well. Alright, I'm going to do that when I have two hands. That I'm going to take in batteries. I had to take them out of my floorboards because I needed to pick my aunt up, and then I just got to put them right back because I didn't have time yesterday. I mean, I kind of did, but I would have been a few minutes late. It would have been fine, but so I'm going to take those batteries in. Like I said, I would like to take those ACRs in as well, kind of just sweeten the deal. Kind of stick them on top. I don't really think there's going to be room because these got to go with. He's got to go in on top too. So between that and those two, I don't really think there's going to be room. I'll worry about it another day. I'm not that worried about it. I want to take the motors too. I was hoping to take them with this load, but that's not happening because there's too much junk. So a little bit of aluminum junk, piece of dirty aluminum junk. The computer I got stripped. I'll worry about that later. It's not, there's not much to it, but I'll worry about it later. Then there was that plastic tub of stuff from last night. This is from Monday night. Like I said, the ACRs I gotta chop up. I gotta figure out how to take the damn battery out of that. I figured it out on the other one. That's why it's in the truck. Because I figured it out. I got rid of those bathtub pieces. I'm going to take that big piece of drain with me. Those bins over there, James is calling HMS. That's going to be a him problem. I'm just sick of looking at the other parts, the tubs and that. I'm going to grab that piece of, that green thing. One more steel stud. This isn't... If I would have remembered, I would have threw that to the curb. Made that... that'd be the town's problem. Nobody got that grill. The town got it. Along with the TV we had that died on us. So, the town ended up with it. But if I would have remembered, I would have took that piece of steel stud and threw that out there too. Because it's getting messy back here again. I gotta clean up some stuff and get some stuff sent. Like that toolbox over there. One day that'll go. It just never quite makes the cut. I got this nice door off a Thunderbird. I'm gonna try and sell. My boss gave it to me on, said he could scrap it, but that's obviously worth more. It's got the glass in it too, so that's obviously worth more. Way more trying to sell than just throwing it in shred. Oh, and I got this too. I didn't show you guys this. Got this Monday. I was out on a delivery and I seen this. I'm like, that looks like copper. It is. It's half copper, half steel. I was gonna chop this off to send it, but whatever. You can see it's got a big crack in it. So that's nice. So like I said, I'm gonna take this with me. Maybe I'm gonna need both hands for that. Can't do that one-handed. So take that with me and then deal with this stuff later. Like I said, get that in there, send this, send it. And then I got a whole bunch of other stuff I gotta do. That's not scrap related. I gotta go. My aunt's neighbor, he called me. He's got some work for me to do. Our old neighbor, his dad's house, the grass needs cut there. I gotta stop at AutoZone. I gotta get the filter still for my truck and a little more oil because I just had to add oil to it. So I gotta get around to doing that today too. This mop head needs cut, but I ain't got time for that as per usual. So we'll go send this, get her $30 maybe that this is worth, but and then go do a bunch of other stuff. All right, in addition to the scrap run, I'm taking some bottles and a little bit of glass. So this subprint bag of bottles, most of the way full. I mean, there's a little bit of space in there. I do have a few more lying around in the cart, but I'm not going to worry about them right now. They're buried. So there's this box of glass, and there's these kombucha ones that have a deposit on them. So I guess we'll see if they actually take them. And then that 12-pack with some extras, and then this little 6-pack. So this is probably $5 maybe. If that, it's not gonna be much, but I want to get this glass out of my way. Because glass is always in the way of that, and two, you can't leave them for too long because it'll start to get moldy in the bottom. So you can't leave those sitting around for too long. And then it's not a big deal because I have to go to my aunt's and her neighbors anyways, and the bottle place is practically next door, so it's not going out of my way to return these. I literally have to go past it anyways, so I'm going to do that real quick and add it to our total from the scrapyard earlier. I'll show you that receipt from earlier and yesterday later. Alright, so starting with that shred load from yesterday, that's, what did that say, 380 I think, pounds, 160 a gross ton, so 27.14, $27. And then today's load was, get rid of that, makes this easier, 340 pounds, just a little lighter, 24.29, still at 160 a gross ton, which is like 6.5 cents a pound, I think. And then batteries, 36 pounds, 15 cents a pound, 5.40 for those batteries. That construction roll off, $30. Not too bad. Not a bad little 2-day total. Alright, we're going to do a scrap run. I'm going to take in a bunch of aluminum, since I figured I might as well, since I got a bit lying around, trash can full, and, you know, some pieces lying around, and I found all these last night dumpster diving that are all aluminum. I thought these were like stainless or something. But, you know, put a grinder to it, now it's aluminum. You know, nice aluminum heatsink part and all that, so. And there's a bunch of them in here, scattered in here, and then I had, like I said, had some other stuff, you know, gutters and screens, the usual stuff that I have, these big window frames that I couldn't fit last time. Made sure to get them in first this time. So, I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's not. I wouldn't say it is, because like I said, a lot of it's this. It takes up a lot of space, kind of down here in the center, so it looks like a lot more than it is. But it's still probably, I don't know, $100, because these do weigh a good bit. So, it's still probably like 200 pounds, $100, if I had to guess. I did take another bucket, and I filled up that bin too with stuff from the green trash can inside that I've been trying to get rid of. So we're cutting down on it. I mean, I could probably grab another bucket, really, and put it in here. I think I will, actually, just to help keep, you know, actually get rid of that can worth of stuff, since I got the space. I think I am going to grab another bucket, fill it up, stick it there, so get a little more out of here. So, and there's a little bit of shreddings from last night, those bottles that I don't even know about. There's a bunch of liquid in them, so I don't know about those. So there's probably enough to do another shred load, because there's this, came from Grandma's. This is just garbage, this is plastic. If no one comes to get it by tonight, it's going in the garbage. Like I said, a little bit of shred there. There's that. A little plant stand. The dog cage we're trying to sell, even though I'd just scrap it. A little bit of stuff in there. I'm sure I could scavenge something from over here. Back here, there's not really anything. Oh, well, like this toolbox that's always back here, this black fencing crap. I don't know what we're doing with. I would love to just throw it in the garbage, because that's what it is. Like I said, I got a couple pieces. That umbrella, I'm just sending, because like the bottom half, when you test them, is actually steel, and then like the top half's aluminum, and it's got that wire running through it and everything. I'm just sending it a shred. That sounds much easier. Those cans, keep the bottom part. These I'm just gonna send a shred. These are harder to clean. I mean, they're not too hard to clean, but it's gonna take a minute, and I don't feel like it. Just send it. The door, I kind of want to send, because it's in the way, but it's valuable. I really shouldn't. Then there's just like this spin a shred, but I have all these cords to go through, cut still. The computer I just found last night, so I mean, I can make another shred load, but the problem is I gotta work tomorrow, so that's not gonna work. And there's all the motors still as well that one of these days I want to get rid of. Working on it. Like I said, getting down on it. It's down probably about here-ish where the wheels are, so most of the way through. But like I said, I'll grab another bucket if I can freaking find one, and we'll fill her up and be done. So I don't really got any other non-ferrous or anything to take in right now. Still working on my brass and everything else from last week, so it would just be motors and shred is what I got. So Wednesday I'll probably end up going. Wednesday will probably be a shred load. Depends what I find tonight. If I'm gonna even need to go, if I'm gonna have to get up early and go to the scrapyard tomorrow, or I can just wait until Wednesday and then take in shred, and then I don't know. We'll see about the rest of this stuff, because like this trash can is just about full already of wire again, and I mean it definitely will be after I process that giant pile. So I have to start working on another trash can. I gotta clean this up. It's kind of getting back here. Needs to be cleaned and organized, because I have the toolbox that I got from my boss that I do want to keep and use. And I'm thinking maybe it'll go like over here, so I have like quick access to it. But like I don't know what to do. with all the table, I mean, the aluminum. I can always just scrap that. But like all the junk on top of it, I mean, this is a bin of stuff that's supposed to be, that I got to look up to be sold. So really, it belongs in the house, in the basement. But like the recycle bin, those lids. There's a couple other recycle bin stuff out here, some trash cans and that I might just take to storage. I got that cart, it's got a ton of wire in it. I got to process. So I got a lot of work to do that I don't want to do. I want to just have a day to sit and relax and do nothing. I mean, I could have done that today, but I gotta get stuff done while I can. Get stuff. Trying not to have the ton of shit in the yard. Um, like I say, we were thinking about getting fence panels, and if we ever do, then I won't be as worried about it. Because I don't, that back neighbor, this definitely seems like the type that would call the city and complain. Maybe, maybe next door on that side too. Yeah, never really know. But but she can't really see in the back. You only have to go to that backside street. But like in front, though, a lot of times they'll throw stuff out on the side, even though 3 feet of that grass on the side is ours. Even though she has her fence right against the garage on this side, which she shouldn't, because that's not hers. Because that would be nice if we did have that little bit of space on the side, that 3 feet, her fence was done right. Because then I'd just put my scrap like over there, and then you could put like a trash can in front of it to kind of hide it. But I'd keep it over there so I don't have to worry about like the shred and stuff. Because a lot of times I have to leave it out on the patio, or I gotta drag it all the way back here, which I hate doing. Have to drag it back here, then just drag it all back out front the next day to go to the yard. So, I mean, lots. I gotta do. So, anyways, let's get to the scrapyard. Alright, sitting here editing the scrap run, and I realized I forgot to show you guys the receipt. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. 280 pounds of old sheet, 60 cents a pound. So that was 168 bucks. That was definitely better than I thought. But but these things, those weighed quite a bit, and there was a lot of them in there. There was, I don't know, 8 or so. That's where a lot of the weight was. And then of course the bucket full of the zinc and that, so that helped weight wise as well. So because I've realized I've done that a few times now where I didn't show you the receipt like right away because I got distracted doing something else, or if, like I did it right before work or whatever, I would forget to do it. But I'm going through this stack of receipts I got lying around in my book of receipts. So anything else, if I remember, I'll bring you the total.